Gamers, welcome to the satisfying downfall of Adam22 and No Jumper. Before we get into this reaction, be sure to check out the original video if you want to not have to deal with me pausing, and also just show the original creator some love. Since I am just doing a reaction video, I always try and encourage everyone to go show the OG creator some love. The link will be at the top of the description. Also in the description will be a link to my Twitch stream if you want to come by sometime and watch me do some reacts live, play some indie games, play some horror games, all that fun jazz. I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. We'd love to have you over there. And also, I have to give you a fair warning. This is an absolute yap sesh. I talk way too much in these videos, so you have been warned. With all that being said, enjoy the video. Okay, so chat, check it. So I don't know if any of y'all were tapped in on No Jumper like that, but I used to watch No Jumper back when it was like cool. right when No Jumper was like, you know, kind of like rising, like around the time of like the X interview, Ski Mask Slump God. He did one with Nade Shot back in the day. Actually, I'm not even gonna cap. I think the Nade Shot interview is literally how I like was like, oh yeah, okay, I fuck with No Jumper. So do you know about all the Sniper Wolf D? Actually, yeah, kinda, because my girlfriend was watching it a little while ago. Like a whole like Oompaville did like a whole like all of his videos together summary of all of it. So I think I'm relatively caught up. But anyways, No Jumper has now like kind of gotten into a weird spot from what I understand. I haven't really watched or paid attention to No Jumper since like pre-COVID, but I keep seeing this stuff about Adam22 and No Jumper. So I decided today we'd watch the satisfying downfall of Adam22 and No Jumper. I don't really know what's going on here. I am but a dumb reactor right now, reacting to this. Which reminds me, while we get in the intro here, I'm going to update my title for Twitch. Yeah.
No Jumper used to be one of the best podcasts to get connected with.
Let me know if I have to turn up at all, by the way. Let me know if it's too quiet or too loud.
With your favorite up-and-coming artists in the underground. From interviews with artists like XXXTentacion and Juice WRLD to putting out music videos for up-and-coming artists, they had one of the biggest and best platforms in hip-hop. But fast forward to 2025, and Adam22, the owner of No Jumper, just put out a video claiming that they are going broke.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke.
On April 2nd of 2025, Adam22 posted a video on the
No Jumper is going broke. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm freaking 12 years old.
No Jumper channel titled No Jumper is Going Broke. He started off by describing how much money he wasted by trying to grow and creating all of these expenses for himself, even though the views were never that great.
We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue.
Oh, dude. See, now, I know we're never going to have another, well, God, I hope we don't have another pandemic. But, like, I wish that content creators had kind of braced themselves a little bit more or, like, thought longer term. Because I was also kind of in this boat. Because when the pandemic hit, first couple months, I was kind of doing nothing, just chilling. And then, like, once it, like, kind of came back and the world didn't, like, reopen in the end of 2020, I, like, tapped in on streaming stuff, and that's like, then I like did content full time until like 2022. But I wish that people had been like, hey, or more people had been like, hey, this stuff's gonna stop. Okay, this constant growth, this like lots of people being online, like interact, it's gonna stop at some point. Okay, so it's not gonna be on the same level as this. This is a good boom, and you know there's gonna be some effect of it, but it's not gonna be this good. I also feel like low-key though, No Jumper, from what I saw, I'm really trying to think of, maybe I did watch some of it during like COVID. I don't know why they bought a whole studio and stuff. I mean, I don't know all the lore of it, but I feel like they kind of taken more of like a zoomed out look on it. Like the interviews do well, like just hire a couple of editors to edit clips of that, you know? Is it bad that I actually kind of enjoyed COVID? Dude, I'm not going to lie. If there was just like no death involved and everyone was just getting like, you know, was getting really sick instead of dying. Yeah, no, not at all, dude. Like that would have been the perfect time. Dude, it was actually kind of, a lot of people have the complete opposite. They're like, that was the worst time of my life. But weirdly enough, dude, 2020 was actually a pretty great year. And all things considered, 2021 was a pretty good year. I mean, that was probably the most depressed I ever was, but like also overall was pretty good for me at least. But yeah, I definitely get why a lot of people like hated that time, but I also get why a lot of people loved that time too. Because a lot of people were also like, work was like, yo, yeah, you're getting stimulus checks too. It's quite a time to be alive. I loved it. I've got social anxiety now, but nonetheless, I loved coronavirus. Being in doing nothing was sick. Yeah, dude. That's literally why I'm like, holy shit, I have to run this Twitch stuff up again so then I can just be a shut-in again. It was pretty fire back then, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't, but it was at the same time. Like, I realized that like now it's like good that I do go back out and be social and stuff, but also like it was kind of fire being a shut-in there for a little bit. I loved lockdown, actually. Yeah, I think that's a good way to say it. I loved lockdown. Not COVID itself. Lockdown, though, where, we were all staying inside for someone with social anxiety and a little bit of a shut-in. I kind of was rocking with that.
And unfortunately, that did not happen. Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting 6 figures a month, shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was absolutely killing it for a year or two when we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up-and-coming superstars like Kazumi and Sky Bree, fell off quite a bit with the launch of Plug Talk and a decreased interest in seeing us interview stars.
He also wanted to talk about how big of a hit the channel took when all of his hosts were leaving. Adam continued to say that the No Jumper Instagram account was actually taken down, which also seems like a huge cash flow source for them. On top of all this, he also said that they're being sued by a former employee, which is also very expensive for him. Adam said that because of all this, they had to lay off a bunch of their staff. They're trying to sell their multi-million-dollar warehouse that they just moved into like 2 years ago, and they also have to close their store. Regardless, it seemed like this whole video was made basically so that Adam could just get some sympathy and ask fans to support.
But I honestly spend pretty much all of my time trying to create as much content as possible with No Jumper, and I can't really justify doing so unless the fundamentals of the business make sense. It was a big decision to share this stuff with you guys, but at a certain point I realized that I've been honest with the world about just about everything in my life over the years, and it felt wrong to keep all this stuff that we've been dealing with in secret. So I know what you're thinking. What can you do to help? Well, I do have some ideas, which I'll sort into 3 categories here: free, cheap.
Look at my boy's eyes here. I think it's pretty obvious, but just in case it wasn't, he is reading a teleprompter so hard. Also, by the way that he's delivering things, like, I probably max listened to like 20 hours of No Jumper interviews in my lifetime. I can tell that the inflection in his voice is not his normal inflection, bro. Like, just being bluntly honest, I'm trying to be like very neutral in all of this here. I know I'm like being really hard on Adam right now and stuff and No Jumper, but like, just trying to be, tell it how it is. He's clearly reading from a teleprompter right now. Like, totally, 100%. Dude, it just blows my mind. Like, I know they bought the space and everything, and like, maybe we'll get more, into this, or he'll break it down more or whatever, but like, it blows my mind. They had Patreon. They're on Snapchat, which if they are like an official Snapchat, like sponsored, like Snapchat, that's like millions of dollars from what I understand. Facebook. I also don't know. Do they have multiple channels? Like, I don't know why No Jumper doesn't have a couple of different channels. That could also help revenue. Like, I feel like this all could have been handled so much better. Like, everything I'm hearing right now is like, just sounds like they completely fucked up 100%. Give me social anxiety, but if I could go back 100%, I would to lockdown. Yeah, dude. That's real, bro. Yeah, dude, that shit gave me horrible social anxiety. That, like, it took me, like, years to overcome that shit. I was 15 with no friends because I just left middle school and was homeschooled by my freshman year. It was not fab for me. I wish it was. Nah, that's fair, honestly. And honestly, I definitely have rose-tinted glasses on for that shit too, because I remember being really sad some too. Just the concept of not having to like leave the house, for responsibilities, I think is kind of is a weirdly nice thought.
and generous.
And if you guys look at the like to dislike ratio or see what people are commenting, people aren't being too supportive. But you're probably wondering, why do people not feel bad for Adam22 and No Jumper?
Oh, yeah.
Why are their finances so bad?
Yeah,
why did they hire all these people and have to lay them off? And you may even be wondering what happened to the original No Jumper style of content. Well, to best understand that, I think it's important to look at No Jumper's origins. Originally, No Jumper began as a YouTube channel / podcast involved in the BMX community. It was created by Adam22, who owned a BMX store and was very involved. He also had some friends that were underground rappers, such as
Adam22.
Xavier Wolf. He decided to interview some of his friends, which got some views, so he continued interviewing more and more underground rappers.
That can't be Adam22, the dude we saw there a second ago.
Getting guests like Black Cray, Gangsta Boo, Puya, Suicide Boys, and many more. And what made his podcast so appealing at the time was it felt really underground. Not only was he talking to underground artists, but the whole DIY setup and great conversations just made it feel like a really good way to connect to your favorite artists. He interviewed tons of underground artists, was vlogging concerts, and even posting music videos for artists like Lil Peep 10 years ago. He got Yachty, Maxo, Cream, Danny Duncan, Larry June, Andy Milonakis, and tons of others. But
don't forget about the GOAT, Nate Shot. Oh yeah, I said Ski Mask Slum God. Was Ski Mask just on with X, or am I tripping?
Most iconic interview, and the one that blew him up the most, was his interview with XXXTentacion, right as he was about to blow up. This interview was an hour and 20-minute insight into the life of a crazy, mysterious, and controversial artist who was exploding onto the scene. After this, Adam was able to lock in with tons of people from Riley Reid to Nade Shot for whatever reason. Honestly,
Nade Shot mentioned! Sorry, I don't know why I'm on Nade Shot's meat so much, dude. Right now, I don't know why I'm on his meat so hard. I do love Nade Shot, but I'm doing tricks on it, brother.
You can think of anybody who was coming up in the last decade, Adam probably interviewed them. Adam was posting vlogs on No Jumper.
I didn't get an invite. Like, what?
And like I said, everything felt very DIY. But over time, he went on to bigger artists, he got a new studio, and upgraded pretty much everything. From like 2015 and 2016 to like 2020, No Jumper was one of the leading, most important media platforms in rap. They helped to break so many artists, posted tons of music videos, and behind the scenes for big artists in the game. They were also doing news on other platforms like Instagram, which was probably really helpful for their income. No Jumper also just had a ton of viral moments in their podcast, which helped them to explode.
Wow, Adam, big
There we go.
Right now. That wouldn't be my reaction to having a gun pointed at me. Yo, John, thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome in. Oh, yo, Amara, good morning, goat. Amara, what? There was like a react or something that I was going to do. I don't know why I was thinking like, damn, wish Amara was here right now. I think it was just reacts in general, because usually you're sitting here yapping with us about whatever we got going on, dude. Dude, I can't believe my boy really giggled with the gun. But me too, dude. I awkward laugh whenever like something serious happens. Oh, fuck.
There we go. Shout out to the homie Boonk.
Dude, I remember when that happened. I totally forgot about that he could have died, bro. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, too. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a huge bookworm, fan of professional wrestling and anything drag related. Ooh, it's nice to meet y'all. Yo, what's up, John? How's it going? I also use he, him pronouns. Fair warning, I am really bad at reading. And W Pro Wrestling. I'm like very, not super tapped in on it, but my best friend loves pro wrestling, so I'll be kind of tapped in on it. What the absolute fuck is going on here? We're watching the satisfying downfall of Adam22. Also, John, I have to warn you very quickly, okay? This is not our usual, like, majority of the stream content. Usually we play a bunch of recently we've been playing Red Dead Redemption, which has been cool, or we'll be playing some random indie games or indie horror games. But recently at the end of streams for about 1 to I'd say 3 hours, we've been doing some just random YouTube reacts. Tonight we're doing a couple drama ones, we're doing a gaming one, then we're gonna do some scary reacts. So yeah, dude, just want to let you know what's going on or what we be getting up to. Let me see. Also drag related, hell yeah. It's so nice to meet you too, dude. What kind of, John, do you be playing any games yourself, by the way? Speaking of video games and stuff. All right, back to Adam22 while Chat be typing. I have to get blood drawn at 8 a.m. today. What time is it right now? Damn, dude, you gotta leave, bro. Get out of here. What are you doing in here? Thanks for stopping by, but get the heck out of here, dude. You gotta get ready, bro. Stop watching Adam22 almost get shot, man. What the hell?
And don't worry, by the way, Boonk is doing much better now, so you guys don't need to worry about that.
I was about to ask, whatever happened to that guy?
However, it seemed like eventually chasing viral moments would be what led...
Still got a bajillion minutes left. Oh, dude, hell yeah, I'm doing good. I'm gonna be honest, I'm still in the hunt for my Twitch home. It's been hard because when... I think I found one, they turned out to be a fake and clicky as hell. Ooh. That is... Wait, wait, did I read that right? That is fair. To be fair, or to be honest, we definitely do have a decent fair share of inside jokes here, but we try and be pretty inclusive and welcoming of everybody. It's kind of, I would say it's relatively easy to catch kind of a flow of the vibes here in stream. Yeah. Adam22 interviewed Josh Block once. Did he really? Oh my God, that guy will interview anyone. Kind of fire though. But also not really, because he might have been enabling. Wait, Josh Block is the dude that like drinks too much, right? That what's his name was recently exploiting. But yeah, let's see what we got going on here, dude. Yes, yeah, damn, fuck, dude, fuck. But yeah, John, what would you say you're looking for in a Twitch community? By the way, just somewhere that's like welcoming and isn't like super like you're not in the club mentality type vibe. Does that make sense? Shit, the way I said that. I hope it does.
To No Jumper's downfall. I think what marks the beginning of the end for No Jumper was episode 1 of the No Jumper show. On July 25th of 2019, they aired the first episode featuring Camgirl and Housephone. Housephone in particular had been really tight with Adam since the beginning of No Jumper. They already had started podcasts on No Jumper, but this was the first one where it seemed like Adam tried to take it seriously. And after this, it really just opened the floodgates for tons of new podcasts, hosts, and guests to come. A Compton rapper by the name of AD got his own podcast. Then Housephone got his own podcast.
See, dude, they should have made these separate channels. I don't know, maybe they did, but if they didn't, they should have made all these separate channels, bro. That's the way to do it, and be like the No Jumper Network. If they were trying to be successful. I'm not saying that's like the best way to do it, because like if Adam was just trying to put his homies on, huge props. That's awesome, dude. I like in my own like small, very small way, try and like put the homies on and, you know, raid my homies and like show love in any way I can. But if they were trying to be profitable and make the most like business sense, it would probably have made the most sense to put these on different, or put like having a No Jumper network, kind of like Tiny Meat Gang has done. Fuck Cody Co, but yeah, like how that network's done it, that's been the move.
These guys would either do live shows or just pre-recorded shows, and eventually the more and more they brought their friends on, the No Jumper cast grew a ton. It went from Adam and Housephone and a few others to eventually...
Which that can be hard, because like I remember listening to some of the interviews with Housephone and I was like, who's this guy? It like takes a while for me to like kind of like be like, okay, I fuck with this person. So like getting to that point with Adam and then like Housephone's there's like, okay, well like this guy seems cool, but like I don't know if I fuck with him like that, you know? So if you do have like a bunch of different personalities on a podcast or like a show or whatever, it can definitely be like hard for people to like really get into it, you know?
Dozens of people with shows or just regularly occurring appearances on the platform. 2 specific additions to the No Jumper cast, Cripmac as a personality and the Thoughts Next Door podcast, would open up a lot of doors to a lot of problems that No Jumper would eventually face. Regardless...
The what? Where? What? Did they choose that name? Or was that an Adam like, what if we named it the Thoughts Next Door?
Though throughout the 2020s, Adam had tons of people hosting their own shows or collabing on shows.
Oh my God, the 2020s. Oh my God, they're gonna be saying that shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just coming to terms with the fact that the 2010s are a phrase that people say. Now we're in the 20. Oh no. Sorry, I'm pausing way too much. Let me just
like Lush, Flacco, Brick Baby, T-Rel, AD, Sharp, and plenty of others. They also had the No Jumper Sports podcast, which is funny because the host Kiki got a tattoo of the logo just for it to be canceled after 15 episodes. But you may be noticing something. A lot of these names are not familiar. Unless you're super deep into rap or
yeah, I was
content, it's likely that you are not familiar with a lot of the people that he was trying to bring on and replace himself with. Old fans of the No Jumper channel likely were not really interested in watching tons of random people talk.
Oh yeah, by the way, the reason why I'm drinking a Prime is not because I went bougie and went to Target and bought it. It's because it was at the dollar store. I was like, yo, let me give this a try. I'm gonna be honest with you. Originally, I said the energy drinks of Prime tasted like NOS. I wouldn't say that with this blue raspberry here. I wouldn't say it tastes like NOS, because I'd say that NOS tastes better. No, I'm just kidding. This one's actually kind of bearable. Definitely not my favorite. Like, you can taste the blue raspberry, but it's there's definitely way better blue raspberry energy drinks out there.
About random things when originally they subscribed for
Prime
rap content or interviews with rappers or Adam
blocked. I'm sorry, Twin.
Things like
I'm sorry, Twin. It was $1. I'm sorry, dude. I couldn't. It was calling to me. I got this in like a bunch of the other rip-off energy drinks, or not rip-off, but like, you know, kind of mid-tier. That's why I was drinking that Monster earlier, because they're like this. They are not rocking with this pink. They're rocking with the other pink. Here, send these shitty pinks they don't rock with to the fucking dollar store. A whole $1 for Prime daylight robbery. Hey, dude, chill out. I'm fucking 2014. This would have been 11 cents, okay? They had to adjust for inflation.
that. You guys probably don't even know this, but like 2 years ago, they even invited me to join them on the news. And that, I think that just goes to show they're inviting anybody. Like, why would I? Who wants to watch me on No Jumper, right? Nobody. So I don't understand why they just have so many random people on their show. They even had a brief podcast with Long Beach.
See, that's the kind of W fishing for compliments that I be doing on this stream. I'm fly fishing in that motherfucker. I'm casting all sorts of lines out there looking for some compliments. Prime should only be able to legally to sell for 69 cents to appease the 13-year-old gods. Well, this says in tiny little print, gluten-free, drink responsibly, not recommended for children under 18 years of age, people sensitive to caffeine, pregnant women, or women who have vaginas. Oh, they don't fuck with women like that. No, it says women who are nursing. Imagine, dude. Hey, bro, I bet that, women, it's not recommended for women nursing. Imagine you a freaking baby and you're sucking on your mom's, and you get hit with that Prime milk, dude. You sucking on one, it's just regular, like whatever, and then it's Prime, bro, as a baby. I'm going, ah! 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 I'm gonna geek. I'm geeking out, bro. Don't want Prime in the breast milk. Yeah, no Prime in the breast milk, bro. BRB, giving this to my pregnant wife to kill her. Sick of that bitch. Okay, I gotta leave now. Amar, good luck, twin. I honestly might be live when you get back. Yeah, it might be one of those streams. But yo, good luck, homie. I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in for a view. Okay, let me rewind a little bit. Sorry, I keep pausing so much, dude. I'm sorry, I'm having too much of a good time yapping.
Why they just have so many random people on their show. They even had a brief podcast with Long Beach Griffey, who's like a YouTube skit guy, which I just thought that was really random. But regardless, the only way that all of these random hosts were going viral was with controversial moments. Like when his co-host Almighty Suspect got into a fight with one of their guests.
Bro, out of here. Ben Franklin knows who I am. Out of here. He knows who the fuck I am. I'm getting money every day. I said Ben Franklin knows who the fuck I am.
Who you calling a bitch though?
I'm calling you a.
Oh yeah, I think I saw this on Twitter.com. When it was Twitter.com still.
Fights like this and intense arguments between host, co-host, and guests.
That's crazy. He spit on him, dude. You gotta be doing some crazy disrespected freaking on a. Oh my god, bro.
Over time became a common occurrence on the No Jumper platform.
How did you and Kevo get into it to begin with?
He was cloud chasing off
Man,
Kevo.
shut up. I just said let the man talk.
What'd you say, Kevo? Bro, suck my dick, bro. That's a...
Hey, stop playing before I smack
Do it.
Hey, no.
Dude.
Watch out. We ain't doing that here.
Why is everybody spitting on each other, dude?
I'll beat the f*** out of you, man.
Literally, as more and more people began coming on the platform and Adam began hiring all of these.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, twin. Both these scenarios, somebody got a little more weight on the other, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably taking the one with a little more weight. To be honest with you, I'm not even saying that on some fat shaming type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that on like, who's gonna win, this guy or this soaking wet 90 pounds, huh? Who's gonna win here? Who's gonna win here, bro? Anyways, let's get back to this.
Literally, as more and more people began coming on the platform and Adam began hiring.
More and more people started what? Started doing what on the platform? I'm sorry, what? If someone spit on me, they are losing some teeth. Oh yeah, dude. If somebody spits on me, I'm swinging. I don't care if I'm the 90-pound dude in that scenario. I'm swinging. I'm going for it. Even though the 90-pound dude was the one to spit first, which is crazy.
firing all of these people, so many fights broke out. Like I mentioned earlier, it seemed as if No Jumper had just began chasing these viral moments rather than actually setting out to make good content or thought-provoking interviews.
Oh, cuz. Uh-oh. My Bill in this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? My Bill in this motherfucker. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on, bro. Hey, hold on.
This reminds me of me and one of my day one homies getting into a fight because he said that Ben Roethlisberger was better than Joe Montana. True story. That was the one fight that I ever got in. He pressed my buttons too much, dude. And I said, all right, dude, that's it. I end up with 25 to life if someone spit on me. The band? You'd be hanging out with them? Wife spits on you, you swinging? Oh, no, that's different. That's passion there.
I think a fan summed it up best in a comment where they said, No Jumper was like watching a group of high school kids try to run a podcast. And it's true, it had become like a modern day world star damn near, where the focus of the content was just low hanging fruit, low IQ entertainment. Like, look at this thumbnail and title, bro. It just looks like some 2015 clickbait YouTube garbage content.
Yeah, dude, what in, who are those? Oh, Fresh and Fit. No, but they're just a guest star on that one podcast where they get like 30 like women in a room and then they're like, these are our 4 alphas of the night. And then they're just like, why are you fucking playing with your chia pet? You're fucking disrespecting me. All right, bro. Chillax. Who fucking cares? You're a fucking nerd. That type beat is what this is giving, by the way. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting here.
Content. No Jumper had began turning into a reality TV show and fans were not happy. Even Adam would eventually admit that it probably wasn't the best idea to chase virality all of the time on the podcast.
Those viral moments, for the most part, were kind of like destructive to what we were building.
Of course.
And really, like, yeah, it might have been fun in the moment, or it might, like, I'm watching, like, you know, react to like clips from No Jumper at one point, and he's saying like, bro, this looks like a hostile workplace, like people are just being too aggressive towards each other, etc. Like, this is not. And I'm kind of watching it like, yeah.
But it wasn't just because of the controversy, the fights, and the randoms that were all.
I hate those guys. I see them on TikTok. Just bring women on to hate on them. Yeah, dude, I hate that shit, bro. It's so fucking cringe. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'll be watching some like brain dead content, but I don't know what kind of Neanderthal fucking build you have to be to watch that regularly and enjoy it. Like, I don't know if you have like not enough like activity in your brain. Like, if you're consistently watching, like if you watch a clip here and there and like you're like, oh, it was funny, you know, like I'm still gonna be like, yeah, we probably don't align, but I'm like, okay, you're whatever. They have a different sense of humor than me. But if you consistently watch that shit, I don't know, like, you gotta either, like, really have a distaste for women, have some, like, Neanderthal brain waves, or be, like have low IQ and EQ. Like, somewhere in those threes where you're at. Maybe you're a mixture of all three right there, dude. It's the Hustler University dropouts watching that shit. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah. Same group of people, dude. Same group of people.
Always hosting No Jumper.
Except for, like you were saying, they're probably the sloppy seconds of, Hustler University. The Andrew Tate stands are, like, too busy, like, hate working out because they're like, I fucking hate my body. Andrew Tate's right. I need to get shredded and then women will love me, or I'll have acceptance from this world or whatever. And then the ones that are too fucking, like, either lazy or whatever don't fall into that. And they're like, oh, okay, here. Yeah, I just hate women now. Yeah, okay, let me watch this podcast. With Sneeko and Destiny and Fresh and Fit on it. In Minecraft. They couldn't afford the $50 a month to stay in the Hustler University? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think that perfectly sums it up.
That caused it to fail. In part, it was the fact that none of them could seem to get along. The many hosts on this platform began to beef with one another. And a lot of that was fueled by the No Jumper subreddit. Believe it or not, it was actually really obvious to fans that a lot of the people at No Jumper were actually reading the subreddit. They were making burners and constantly responding to and arguing with fans. But then the No Jumper host realized something. There was a lot of negative posts about the No Jumper host, except for Adam and his wife, Lena. Adam was a mod of the No Jumper subreddit, and he was actively removing anything negative about him and his wife, but leaving up tons of negative stuff about his co-host, his employees, and some people who he claimed were his friends. My friend 1111 actually interviewed.
Was that a wiener? Did my boy let a wiener slip through on the edit? He got the blunt out of there. The wiener though.
His employees, and some people who he claimed were his friends. My friend 1111 actually interviewed a
must cop for the real friends dick mold. Or real fans? Did that say real fans? All right, chat, I got my side hustle. Yo, passive income, I got this. What the fuck is that? And why does it look like, why does it have the width, of a pencil and the length of the bristle of a toothbrush? Yo, oh, dude, no. I'm on demon time, slime.
Mod from the old No Jumper subreddit, and he explained that this was actually a huge deal for No Jumper.
Hold on, there's nothing never negative about Adam and his girl. We like, hold on, that's cool, it's fine. But now that we see that they're mods, it's crazy because
how are they doing it in the No Jumper studio? What? No way. Adam likes getting cucked in 2 ways. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Also, I'm sure we're gonna get to that part in this video. Here's my stance on polyamory. I think for some people it works great. I think for others, like maybe Adam, it probably doesn't work the best. When you have the maturity level of like a high schooler, probably not gonna, you know, end up the way you want it to. That's my at least POV on it. So before we get to that point, let me just put it on the table, my viewpoint on all that.
D's girl, my girl.
People could be getting dragged to hell, but that could stay up. But anything Adam and Lena related, oh, it could go down in an instant.
As a moderator of the page, Adam had been banning accounts and deleting posts if they were made about him or Lena, but left them up no matter how bad they were about fellow hosts in their personal lives.
I just saw the N-word blurred out, and it was the N-word, "You're not Joe Rogan." Bro has zero self-awareness and thinks he's the godfather of podcasting. Slur, you're not Joe Rogan. Oh, that's crazy. When somebody's like, yeah, you're not even Joe Rogan. Oh, yeah, dude. You're cooked. You hit the Roman Atwood on that one, dude. Oh, good morning. Thank you so much for watching this far into the video. If you've gotten this far and you haven't already, be sure to drop a like and a sub. And if you really do enjoy your stay, like I said in the beginning of this video, feel free to stop by a Twitch stream. First link in the description. Enjoy the rest of the video. I appreciate you.
After seeing this, our mod guy here then started unbanning these users and apologizing, which Adam clearly did not like and led to him being removed as a mod.
The No Jumper people were so involved in the Reddit that some key info got leaked by a host onto the Reddit from a burner account. Then this caused like a whole bunch of drama on the IRL No Jumper podcast. This wasn't just Reddit anymore, this was real life, which is crazy because this whole Reddit incident caused a huge fallout between Lush, Flacco, AD, and Adam. And this was not the only infighting that occurred. Remember how earlier I said House Phone was with Adam from like the beginning of No Jumper? Well, they also had a falling out after Adam interviewed a transgender woman named Gracie Jane. In this podcast, they talked about how she had hooked up with House Phone.
Oh, come on. You've already sold out entire life here.
Yeah, well.
Did that look down upon to expose that somebody may have been with a trans person? If...
Yeah, absolutely. I sign NDAs and I take them very seriously, so just letting everybody know that.
You didn't get one I'm guessing?
He didn't pay me. Fuck yeah.
Seems like I'm worried about people calling me a bad friend for just not editing this and putting it out. They're gonna be mad at me, but I'm just.
He's just gonna be. Well, how about this? Acting like you didn't do some that you did do, and you know you did.
I've been friends with him for like, and I just don't want to be like.
The truth is the truth.
Apparently, House Phone and Adam had talked about it before it went live, and he asked Adam to cut that part. But then Adam claimed that he told his editor to censor everything about House Phone. He did show the text, and he did show the part where he said that he would just wanted it cut, and the editor accidentally left it in. And fans very quickly.
Does happen sometimes. Shout out Ludwig's nuts, dude. I got him saved on my phone. I mean, what? Oh, dude, yeah. Roman Atwood does still upload. No, I was talking about his I forget what it's called. I think it's literally like N-word prank in the hood or some shit like that. Lud nuts. Prage. Dude, I used to be crazy Roman Atwood fan, bro. I had a Smile More shirt and shit. Yeah, dude, it was pink. I was like, yo, let me let these bitches know I don't give a fuck what they gotta say. I love to Smile More, dude. Let me let them know, dude. I'll get it pink. I don't even care, bro. Got compliments at youth group on that. Yeah. Yeah, they were like, yo, I love a Roman Atwood. I was like, twin. Just kidding. We weren't doing daps back then. Now I'm a dap machine, dude. I went on a weekend tour. I was dapping everybody up. Like literally by the third day, like this part of my hand hurt from dapping. So many people, like literally they like say something, they'll be like, dude, your photos are great. I'll be like, dap me up. Dap me. Like I'm bad. Like literally I do it all the time on stream. I'm like, dap me up, because that's when I would dap you up in real life. Let these bitches know you probably gay. They'll be all over you. Dap machine. I mean, listen, maybe this has come from my very like progressive, whatever, not lib-pilled, whatever viewpoint of the world, but people who don't understand will say that it's lib-pilled. What the fuck it matter? What the fuck it matter? Hey, dude, yeah, I was experimenting. Yeah, he could just be like, yeah, I had sex with a trans woman. Dude, that clipping me out of context, that would be crazy, by the way. Yeah, I had sex with a trans woman. Like, so what? I was exploring. I was trying to figure out how I felt about it. So what? Just say it, dude. Just fucking own it. There's no big deal. Well, I mean, it's weird if he doesn't talk about his sex life, which I don't know with House Phone. I don't know if he talks about his sex life and shit like that, because some people are private. Like, I mean, I've told stories about stuff in my past, but like right now I'm very like private about anything remotely like that. So like if somebody came out and like did that shit, like said some shit about me, I'd be like, oh brother, nah, like that's fucked up that you shared that about me. But if he's just like being like whatever because it's a trans woman, then like, dude, just own it, bro. Just own it. Also kind of weird that they were just like flaunting, but I guess that's kind of like what the No Jumper podcast is pretty much at this point. And I guess it's valid for him to get upset, obviously. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinions and feelings. I just think it's cringe if it was just because it was a trans woman. I mean, I also get the stigma around that currently, not that that's like okay, but like for them to like in their world, I guess, because there is still like a lot of homophobia and specifically like a lot of transphobia in like the rap sphere. Not as much as other spheres, and there's definitely a lot of people that are like not chill with that. Dude, if I upload this on the YouTube channel, I already know there's gonna be, oh man, if anybody made it this further and be like, you dumb son of a bitch, I'll tell you what, I hate people for existing the way they want to.
Piece together who Adam was talking about in this interview. Fans were extremely upset with Adam, commenting things like, Adam's not a bad friend. He's not a friend at all. He doesn't respect any of his employees. He's just scared of half of them. Another said, the fact this interview is still up speaks volumes. Eventually, House Phone confronted Adam on the podcast and things got very serious.
What?
You're talking about, yeah, he's been going through the mom shit. He's been going through the health. You talking about the person that fucking raised me, that birthed me, my best friend that died? Oh, just he's been going through the mom shit.
But are you actually acting like I have some kind of disrespect for your mom when
You're disrespectful as
I paid for the fucking
funeral
funeral as soon as it happened just because.
Not here, bro. Not here. Not here. Pussy, nigga. Not here. Come on. No, not here, bro. All right, let me go. Not here, my nigga.
Because of all of the beefs between hosts, Adam, and the fans, half of the No Jumper cast left between like 2022 and 2024. After this incident, the entire subreddit...
Dude, that spot must smell crazy of that ganja, brother. That shit must smell... You must smell that shit down the street. Not that I'm complaining, though. You know, let me get in there, twin. Let me get in there like a tier 3 sub with an amaranth fart. Let me bottle that up, dude. Well, actually, wait, no. Weren't they talking about like don't they shoot some of the, you know, the adult? Never mind. I don't want to bottle that up. I don't want weed and Adam22 semen smell in a bottle. I'm good on that, actually. I'm good on that.
Actually turned on Adam because he was deleting every post about the situation. So the fans created a subreddit called No Jumper 2, which was unmoderated, became very popular, and was very critical of Adam and No
hilarious.
Jumper. It's really weird, and you'll notice this throughout the video, but it's like No Jumper has a really strong core fan base, but that fan base kind of just hates No Jumper. It's really interesting. Anyways, because of all the issues Adam had with his co-hosts and employees, it eventually led
They're
to
hate watching? Yo, that's actually crazy.
Called out and exposed multiple times for some pretty controversial things.
Oh.
I'm not going to go too deep into this because this could be like a whole hour-long video in and of itself. But basically, Adam was allegedly involved in some weird things that were dug up on the internet that involved minors. An old blog post of his was dug up where he said, now any of the math inclined out there are probably reading this and thinking something like, she's 19 now, you were 23 then. How old was she then? Well, she was 16. But come on, man, look at her. She's 18 or 19 in most of the pics here, but she didn't look much different at all then. If statutory rape is wrong, I didn't want to be right. Now I can make the argument that the age of consent is 16 in Canada, although I'm sure that traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still legal as hell. But really, fucking argument. She was stupid hot and I wanted in. Now, to be fair to Adam, he never said in this post that they hooked up around that time. He said that he actually started dating a different girl, and then after Adam and that girl started dating, by that point this girl was 19, so then they hooked up, which I think some people—
How do you fucking say that, dude? That's such a good question. What's this about? Adam22 and No Jumper's downfall. Welcome in, GOAT. Puddle, this motherfucker Sendu over here is who put me on to Dark Thoughts by Lil Tecca, by the way. Dude, it's crazy. I wasn't tapped in on Lil Tecca. Now I'm fully tapped in, bro. I was like tapped in on the last album release, and then I wasn't tapped in on Dark Thoughts like that, and then Iron King over here had to put me on, bro. Had to put my unk ass on, dude.
People would classify as grooming. And I'm not gonna lie,
I mean, shit, twin. If Adam22 can basically be like, fuck, man, yeah, she was hot, I groomed her, and then like be in the hip hop and rap scene until he's like fucking 47 or however goddamn old he is, well, then I'm feeling pretty good about me streaming until I'm like 40 some too. So, you know, come and go. But yeah, I got you, twin. At some point, I'm gonna tap in.
Actually researched an entire video about all of these like weird sexual controversies that Adam22 was involved in, but it was a long time ago, and I was just coming off a cease and desist, so I was kind of scared to post this one, to be honest, so I never did. But I have a ton of research on all of this stuff, and there was a bunch more weird things that he got caught up in, like on a super old forum from 2006, when after being asked the age range of girls he's been with, he said, "I don't think I've done any 17-year-olds since besides the one last year. Also, I am 22 right now."
See, uploading content from like the Cody Co, well, not even Cody Co so much, but the Dr. Disrespect situation, I can already hear the fucking freaks being like, well, it's only 1 year off 17, or off 18. He was only 21. Like, dude, stay the fuck away from children, bro. That's if you're saying shit like that. Like, if you are so like in that mindset that you're gonna defend some online personality that don't know who the fuck you are, dude, you gotta, yeah, stay the fuck away. If for whatever reason I ever see one of you freaky motherfuckers around, you know, some children while I'm nearby, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, dude. Not beat the fuck out of you. I'll try to, you know. Obviously, I'm not gonna actually beat the fuck out of you, but I will try to, for the betterment. Yeah, dude. How can? Yeah, I really don't know. Well, and here's the thing. Even for me, like, even if you do believe that, like, it's not weird that a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old are together, right? Why are you defending it? Why are you defending it for somebody that you don't know? Like the Dr. Disrespect situation. Why are you defending that? Why? Why are you like, this is your public account that you are clearly defending this fucking crime with. Why? What? Do you know him? Do you know him? No, you don't. No, you don't. He read your sub message one time. Do you know Adam22? No, he liked your tweet one time. Like, dude, get out of here. Stop defending these people. They would turn their back on you in an instant. I'm hungry. Oh, a word. Even like 18 and 22 to 23 seems a bit off. Yeah, dude, honestly, bro. I mean, for me personally, at 23 now, if I was still single, almost 24, yeah, it would probably feel weird. Like, literally, like, thinking about it, especially from, like, a emotional standpoint, yeah, definitely, that'd be weird. Unless, like, you know, like, I mean, not for me personally, but I'm saying, like, for somebody who is like that, like, if the person was, like, very, very mature, I guess it would, like, kind of make sense. But I don't know, dude. Where my moral compass is at now, yeah, I'm with you, dude. I am with ya.
He also said on this forum, 15's a good age. That last one was probably like a 2006 edgy joke, but still, it's really weird. This is why a lot of people turned on Adam22.
Goddamn!
Started calling him Adam16. Regardless, because of all of this stuff, a lot of people did not like Adam22, whether they were fans of No Jumper or not. It seemed like the overall hip-hop community as well was not a fan of Adam22, nor his platform because of how controversial they had become. And that's why I have this theory that a lot of artists are no longer going on No Jumper for interviews, especially bigger ones, because it doesn't look good for their PR teams. On top of all of this, Adam was also dipping his toes into political podcasts, which just isn't ever going to come without controversy, especially when he's having people like Nick Fuentes and Sneeko on. So not only was the entire crew falling apart, but people were beginning to hate the main guy himself, Adam22. And on top of all of that, No Jumper had really began to lose their identity as a platform in general. Over time, hip-hop content stopped becoming the main focus of No Jumper, and they started talking about one of two things. First, they started interviewing a ton of porn stars. If you didn't know, Adam22 started an adult film media thing with his wife Lena called Porn Talk.
There you go. I was about to say, you gotta separate them. Separate them, go. So I was going to say, if he wanted to do politics, he should have, again, just made new channels and had a whole different thing and not connected to the No Jumper brand.
Something that he's been involved in a lot over the last couple of years.
Realistically, him and Sneeko would get along because they both watch their girls getting fucked. This guy gets it. This guy gets it, dude.
Also, he went mega viral for letting his wife do some solo content with another guy, which has definitely changed fans' opinions.
Was this on your guys' X feed? I mean, that sounds really Twitter feed. Let me actually dead name the fuck out of that shit. Was this on your Twitter feed as a meme for a while there, dude? Right? That was on your guys' feeds too, right? Or is my shit just freak filled? I'm supposed to be studying right now, but it's okay. I'm watching the Christian TG92 on Twitch and playing Minecraft W. Yo, what's up, Blair M? How's it going, twin? Welcome in. This is my Twitter feed for a couple days. Yeah, dude. This shit was like never ending for me. When you play in Minecraft and you put your bed next to you, I don't know what that. I'm sorry, that wasn't a good joke. Not bad, man. You like hip hop? Yeah, it's pretty swag. Yeah, dude, I honestly only really rock with pioneers of the genre though. So like, the heavy hitters like Logic and G-Eazy and NF and oh man, right now Ian, I feel like it's really paving the way. Joyner Lucas, Tom McDonald, Dax, like some of the greatest names in hip hop and rap, you know what I'm saying? Ken Carson. Just kidding. Ken Carson is not like the rest that I named there. Actually, dude, I shit on Logic so much, okay? And G-Eazy, to be fair, okay? And they both used to be like some of my favorite artists, like Deadass. But Logic actually, like when he actually tries on projects, not too hard, but also not too little. Like you can get like Under Pressure, The Incredible True Story, Welcome to Forever, No Pressure. Those albums are I actually think are pretty good. And he's like, how can people listen to Playboi Carti? He's good with other artists, but oh, that's a whole thing. Listen to the song. Okay, I might tap in after this video. What kind of what type of rap? Like who, if you could compare that to like more of a mainstream artist right now, who would that be like similar to or somewhat to? For 4 to 5 years and dropped actual dumpster shit. Wait, who? Logic? Eminem? Some music after this video. Peak. Maybe. The only thing with music is like, if it's not Spotify shit, then my VOD will get claimed. Cardi. Oh, yeah. I gotta listen to iMusic all the way through. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm very conflicted. I heard you was conflicted. Anyway, sorry, we're getting so sidetracked.
On him, a lot of people now view him as a cuck and a sellout and all sorts of things. Regardless, because of their involvement in porn, Adam and his co-host started interviewing a ton of stars on No Jumper.
Oh, this is the No Jumper podcast, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. Put it on a different channel.
Like with really big ones like Riley Reid, for example. But then it started happening more and more often. To this day, fans are still complaining about it because...
Do you like listening to rap music and gooning? Well, do we have a podcast for you? It's called No Jumper.
It was like the first half decade of No Jumper's lifespan was strictly hip-hop content, strictly underground. So when a bunch of the content became porn or OnlyFans related, it really seemed to rub fans the wrong way.
I mean, again, listen, this stream is a very, or at least this stream is very pro sex worker, get your bag, whatever, turn up, support it, hell yeah. But also, again, put it on a different channel, brother. A lot of people are not subscribed to No Jumper to hear about that shit. Put it somewhere else. Put somewhere else, brother. Put somewhere else, brother. Fuck.
But the other thing that caused problems with fans was how deep into gang stuff Adam and the hosts of No Jumper were getting involved in. And this may actually play a hand into why No Jumper is going broke, or at least that he's claiming they are. If you guys, like myself, haven't been tuned into No Jumper except for maybe the occasional interview once a year, or if you're just not very in the loop at all, No Jumper has regularly been having a lot of LA gang members on, and they frequently talk about gang-related...
This microphone is... This thing is having a hard time. I mean, I can't really speak because mine's like pointing up and it's supposed to point at my mouth, so you'll see me sometimes adjust it depending on where I'm sitting at. But oh man, the engineer in there like boost, compress, fuck.
things, and recently that's come back to bite them. Brick Baby, who I mentioned earlier, and Loose Cannon were recently indicted on a RICO, and both of these guys frequented No Jumper. They were connected to a guy named Big U, who allegedly is like the leader of a gang called the Rollin' 60s Crips. I don't know much about gang stuff, and I'm not going.
I can thankfully say I've never ever watched an Adam22 podcast. Dude, you're missing out, bro. Kidding me? Nate Shot interview?
To pretend to, but basically it's a bunch of gang affiliated people.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I have to check something really quickly before I decide my final thoughts on No Jumper. They didn't interview Ian. No, yeah, they suck. They blow. They actually stink. They smell like shit. Okay.
Around No Jumper all the time and discussing what they do on the actual show. Whack 100, another guy who is heavily involved in the music industry and is heavily affiliated with No Jumper, is also affiliated with Big U, and there's even a clip of Adam trolling him about it on the podcast.
Whack, what's up with this screenshot that Traplo Ross sent me of you begging Big U not to kill you?
What?
That's cap. That's an AI.
It's in the indictment. It's in the indictment that you were saying, don't do this. My wife, my kids in the car. Draws. Don't do this.
That's not a...
As someone who hasn't been tapped into No Jumper for years, it's so weird seeing him talk about all this really serious gang stuff rather than just like interviewing people. And I don't think that most fans are really into this sort of content either.
When I see Lovejoy basically putting a murder on Big U and claiming that he's looking for information about it or whatever, this is very confusing to me. Like, how in any way is this acceptable?
There's so much more
41. Wow.
Detail to this, and I'm not really educated on it. It's like a really giant web of stuff. So if you want to learn more, I would check out this video by Point and Shoot. It's really good, and it really captures what's going on right now with the gang stuff. But regardless, if you guys want a more simplified version, it's basically just a ton of gang-related people hanging out around No Jumper, and a bunch of dummies were talking about this stuff publicly on the platform. It also got to the point where people were calling Adam the feds because he was encouraging all of this self-snitching on his show, asking questions the police could possibly use. I mean, look at this clip.
I saw this video that alleged that it was you involved in this crazy ass shootout. What was that situation?
You're shitting me.
Maybe it might not have been you. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But that wasn't related to any of the cases that you caught? Well played. Okay.
So eventually after the Crips,
that's gotta be, oh man. Ooh, that hit me. Ooh, that hit me in my chest, that awkwardness right there. Ooh, fuck. Ooh, that's like, you know, from now on, whenever I have an awkward situation in a public setting, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'll just remember that part of this video and this clip of Adam22. I remember that Adam22 exists. I'll be like, oh, fuck, I'm feeling good. Felt like me talking to women. Chat, let me share with you a little funny story. One time, I was at a concert, and there was this cute girl, and I was like, yeah, time to riz. So I went up to her, I was like, hey, my name's Chris. I saw you like across the room, and then we were like next to each other there for a while. I just want to like come up and say like, yo, can I get your Snapchat? And she's like, oh, thank you, but and she was married. Yeah, dude. And then I was like, yeah, I think tonight will be the night that I will fall off of this chair and hang. Did she have balls? Oh, that's worse. Dude, if she had balls, I said, yo, tap me up, dude. Manscape, or you go the jungle down there. Married was way worse, dude. Yeah, I would have rather her, like me be expecting her to be like, oh, thank you. But she ends up being like, oh, yeah, I got you. Here's my Snapchat. Instead of her being like, and I was like, it's okay. All worked out. All worked out the way it's supposed to. I'm very, very happy in my relationship now. So I'm glad that, you know, that character development happened there.
Jumper got picked up, the police actually went to Adam. Wack 100 claimed that he got arrested, but Adam cleared that up and said that never happened, with some even claiming this was a publicity stunt.
A lot of claims being made. Wack 100 said you got picked up by the feds. Where's that coming from?
I mean, Wack got a overactive imagination, to say the least. I was not picked up by the feds, but they did pay a visit to my residence, and my lawyer spoke to them, and they made it clear that I'm not in any kind of trouble right now. I'm not being investigated, but what they did want to get their hands on, which is kind of...
It's like one of those up-close SpongeBob shots. I wonder what she's doing now. She could be divorced realistically. Hey, yo, I slept... What is, not wingman, there's a different word for it, but I wingman for Jake. Hey, I'm taken now, but my twink friend over there also likes Boston Manor. Okay, sorry, I'm pausing this video way too much for random shit. My bad.
Crazy is that they wanted to see the cease and desist that we received from Big U maybe a year ago that basically was requesting that we remove a podcast appearance in which Loose Cannon said that Big U had prior knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death before it actually happened.
Regardless, the police definitely watched some No Jumper to help themselves in this case.
See a lot of people saying that 22 is the reason why Brick got caught up. Get out of here. 22, you know what I do. I put people in position, put them on the podcast, give them jobs, help them make legal money. A lot of the shit that people are getting caught up for, especially with Brick, it's like, I'm not seeing anything that says anything about stuff that he's done in the last 2 years since he's been with us, right? So, you know, end of the day, I do employ people from the streets, and I guess, you know, people from the streets sometimes get caught up in federal RICO indictments, whatever the this shit is.
But lots of fans still blame Adam. The reason I bring all of this up is because it got so hectic, and I can't imagine being a fan of No Jumper from the early days and seeing the entire platform turn into tons of people that nobody knows, a bunch of interviews, and just gang-related stuff all the time. After the news about No Jumper going broke came out, a lot of fans began to theorize that the reason he said he's going to make all of these changes and the fact that they're going broke was because he got too wrapped up into the gang stuff. Like one fan commented, "I smell a move and rebrand from street gang members back to rappers. Who wants to bet?" Another person said, "Nah, y'all going broke because you keep bringing them corny-ass artists and gang members on. Don't nobody want to hear that shit."
Which yeah, you need to stop bringing corny ass rappers on, dude. You gotta get a real rapper in there like Ian, dude. Dude, see, I make fun of this. This is what's fucked up. All these rappers I make fun of, except for Dax and Tom McDonald, I actually fuck with, which is actually insane. And I'm embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but it's kind of funny. It's just it's goofy. I'm like, yeah, dude, I fucking love Kendrick Lamar. I love To Pimp a Butterfly. It's like they're one of the greatest albums, if not the greatest album ever. I also fucking love Ian. Let me hear that shit, dude. Put that Magic Johnson on, bro. Put that, what's that one song? Is it Out West on his new album? Like, I fucking love that song. What are you still doing up? I woke up at 10 p.m. yesterday, so I'm gonna be up for a little bit. What's up, goat? How's it going? Welcome back in. Imagine being in the clear for months just to get caught because the police watch No Jumper. Yeah, that would be crazy, bro. That would, I might have to triple myself, honestly. I know I keep saying that about shit, but like actually, if I got caught because of a No Jumper interview, yeah, it's raps for me.
Think really amplifies the public sentiment. Regardless, after everything that's gone down the past like 5 years, I don't think most fans feel too bad for Adam. 2 years before this even happened, a fan said on Reddit, "The collapse of No Jumper needs to be studied in business schools as a case study on how poor leadership can cause a company to collapse. Every decision made by Adam literally is the opposite of what he should have done."
I just think he's like, seemingly from this like this overview, it just kind of seems like I said earlier, that Adam maybe just like kind of has the maturity level of like a high schooler or like a, you know, in their early 20s. Because like thinking about me at like 21, 22, like the way that I totally fuck shit up. Not that I'm so far removed, I'm about to be 24. But think about like 21, 22 me or 20 me, like I totally would have fucked all this shit up. Like, and that's what I think about all the time. Like, yo, if I got any like level of like, you know, decent like sort of like clout, like 50 to like 100 average years before, I would not have been able to deal with that. So like, I don't know if Adam's just like kind of never really thought too hard about that and like tried to like grow more as a human being. Cause that's also what I had to do at like 21, 22. I was like, damn, dude, I'm not really where I want to be right now, like emotionally and mentally. So I like had to like really force myself. I mean, I kind of did that at like 18 too. Anyways, I don't know if he just never really thought of that kind of stuff, and he's just kind of been like focused on like, okay, I'm gonna get my bread, I'm gonna have sex with attractive models and stuff, and not to like knock that hustle, but yeah, like when you're put in a leadership position of multi-million-dollar company, then maybe if you haven't fully, grown as a human being to be able to be a leader, I'm not saying that on some like Andrew Tate bullshit. I'm saying that on like, you haven't like fully matured and like understood the human existence and shit and understand where people are coming from. Well, then yeah, probably gonna collapse. I think that Adam22 should employ like 2 or 3 editors and go back to doing No Jumper the way that he did it with fucking X. And that shit 100% can work nowadays. I know people could be like, that would be boring. He'd be going backwards, but like, reinvent. Man. You're not Joe Rogan, heartbroken emoji. He's an idiot. Yeah, more blunt than me, honestly, on me, but yeah, I feel you.
From not drawing up proper contracts with staff, him literally being missing from the office half the time, leaving Josh to handle staff, exposing your friend and longtime employee, to publicly embarrassing and firing an employee on air. The list is long of all the terrible management decisions made by No Jumper and Adam specifically. Another fan on Reddit said this: No Jumper has become a cesspool of sensationalism and superficiality. What started as a platform for underground culture has devolved into a parade of clout chasing and cringeworthy interviews. The hosts seem more interested in creating drama and viral moments than in delivering any actual hip-hop content.
Julian, that's real from what I understand. I used to watch Joe Rogan like a little bit here and there, back before it was like somebody did a pie chart, and now it's like some crazy like 75% like conservative like guests, right? And I like to hear both sides of the political spectrum for my ideologies. It's just like I'm not really probably gonna listen to Joe Rogan for that, and I don't really like people that are so blatantly one-sided and then like are like, what? No, I'm not. Anyways, long story short, I used to watch Joe Rogan a little bit here and there, but yeah, dude, I don't know. He's in I feel like not a weird spot right now. Like he's making fuck you money and he's hella successful. Just not really for me. I prefer podcasts that aren't political. Yeah, and not to be like whatever, because like I do watch YouTube videos of people that aren't like super well educated with politics, but I'd rather watch a podcast that's not political listen to a podcast that's not political, or listen to a podcast that like people are like really knowledgeable about politics, not like kind of doing it on the side. Now YouTube's different. Like I probably would watch a fucking Joe Rogan like YouTube clip now of like 10 minutes of a conversation and be like, oh, this was dumb. Or like, oh, okay, I see where he's coming from here. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Weird situation. I don't really know how to feel about Joe Rogan anymore at this point. I think it's kind of lame that he like doesn't really own, at least from what I've seen, the fact that he's like pretty conservative leaning at this point. And that's okay. Like if he was just like, yeah, I'm like, this is where I'm at right now, and I align more with the conservative party and their like talking heads and stuff. It's like, okay, sure, that's you, and I'm not gonna listen to it, but that's you, man. I just think trying to pretend to be somebody that you're not, like he's like trying to be like, oh no, I'm a moderate. It's like, okay, dude, okay, sure. Again, not for me. Not trying to yuck anyone's yum there. If you fucking love Joe Rogan, hell yeah, dude. Whatever, do your thing, enjoy.
The lack of depth and constant pandering to the lowest common denominator makes it hard to take the whole channel seriously. Someone responded saying, this ain't a hip-hop channel, it's a gang channel at this point.
Damn.
Clearly, No Jumper has lost their way, and it's finally being reflected in their finances. I think a really good contrast to the No Jumper channel is the Joe Budden podcast, because over the years, he's just really maintained a hip-hop focused and centric discussion, and hasn't chased clout, tried to go viral, or any of that stuff, at least too much. Whereas the No Jumper podcast just devolved into a huge mess with everything I've just...
I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather not listen to any podcast at this point talk about hip hop and rap if my light side from the dark side of No Jumper is Joe Budden, dude. No, like I respect everything that Joe Budden's doing. Like, hell yeah, man. I'm glad he found a new successful form of creation and
then hopefully we can
vision,
go to Hoover Dam together. I'll take you and get you a hot dog. We'll go to Hoover Dam.
I'm basically just trying to consume people that are more positive, like are less critical and more positive more times than not, which is crazy because I'm doing like some drama reacts here and there now. But like overall, my YouTube channel is going to be majority like positive or just like messing around, having a good time type shit. Oh my God, hi Puddle. Instead of,
Poodle underscore says LOL penis.
Nice. Nice Poodle. Wait, is that actually your name? And I've been saying Puddle. It's Poodle. Yeah, I'm gonna boing boing myself. Anyways, let's hear the last 40 seconds of this.
Grabbed in this video. So maybe Adam will try to take the channel back to its roots, but after all of the controversy and things he's been exposed or called out for, I doubt they will ever get back to where they once were. I could probably have made this video 2 hours, but I wanted to kind of get this news out a little bit sooner. It's like 4 a.m. and I'm really tired. So if you guys like this video, you might like my video about MTV and their corporate downfall as well. It's not doing too hot, so you guys should check it out. It's a really good video, I promise. So you guys should check that out. But anyways, if you liked, make sure to leave a like.
I swear. Guys, I swear, please tap in. That's real though, dude. All right, what do the comments have to say here? Buying a $4 million warehouse was one very, very stupid idea. Masterful gambit, Mr. Adam. What's the like to dislike ratio? Oh, wow, actually pretty good. I mean, 300 dislikes. I'm sure there's going to be some meat riders, He lost me as soon as he said, I know what you're thinking. How can I help? The sheer arrogance that one statement gave off ruined any chances for sympathy from me. Wait, he lost? As soon as he said, I know what you're thinking. How can I help? Oh, in the video. Oh, yeah, that's... Fuck, dude. Yeah, no. He didn't say that like offhanded either. That was teleprompter. He had that scripted. Dude, ask ChatGPT better. Or ask ChatGPT next time, man. You could have done the entire production in a $1,200 a month apartment. Yes. That's also what I was thinking, dude. That's what I was thinking. Like, dude, what? Why do you need a fucking $4 million warehouse? Like, are you shooting music videos? Are you guys like recording music? Like, what are you doing? Why the fuck do you need a $4 million warehouse? And I understand they're probably in California, right? So it's like, maybe around here that'd be like $1 million warehouse or like a $700,000 warehouse. But like, still, dude, like, what the fuck? Adam22 became addicted to only talking about porn. Ain't no one trying to watch that shit. Yeah, dude. Well, also, here's the other thing about like Adam22 and specifically like porn and OnlyFans and all that shit. It's like, okay, dude, to a certain point, like, sure, whatever, get your bag. But also, it's like, dude, who the fuck wants to hear you talk? Of all people, who wants to hear you talk about it? Like, what, bro? Like, respectfully, I'm an ugly motherfucker. I would never. I'm an uggo, right? I would never try. Hold on here. Here we go. I'm an ugly motherfucker. I'm an uggo. I wouldn't try and talk about porn, but like respectfully also, dude, what are you doing talking about porn, my man? What are you doing talking about the films you've starred in and how the industry works and all that shit? Like, what the fuck? Dude, nah, dude, get some sexy motherfucker. Get Johnny Sins in there talking about whatever. Bro pimped his wife out and still broke. Oh yeah, that is also crazy, by the way, because the whole thing that he was about, he's like, I mean, I sleep with other women, like she's getting a bag, But also, he's not broke. It's No Jumper that's broke. I'm sure that's separated. Interviewing porn stars for likes from simps and minors is not a good idea. I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah. Yeah, dude. It's also, you could say, I mean, I don't know if they age restrict or whatever. I think the problem is like, I wish that you could age restrict stuff and it still get monetized, right? Like you would get lesser, right? But you could still monetize. I think that's why like YouTube basically de-incentivizes. And maybe you can. I don't know anymore. At least that's how it used to work. But yeah, that would be way better. Oh, wow. What do we got here? Oh, I'm not even subscribed to No Jumper. What the fuck? I mean, they're still doing like okay. They're still doing okay. Members only. How much is it to join? $5 a month. Okay, what are they looking like an estimate here? I mean, 15 million views a month is nothing to scoff at. Not to meat rat or whatever. It's like $10,000 a month. How much are they making? I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know, though. I think, hold on. Crazy dung. Wow. Crazy. If I could spell, holy fuck, I think I'm losing it. Crazy comparison right now, but let's see. Doug to No Jumper. I love Doug too, dude. One of my goats. Anyways, yeah, crazy times though, dude. Crazy. I really don't have any other closing thoughts. I kind of already shared all my thoughts. Whatever, man. I hope he figures it out, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really care. to be honest with you, about No Jumper or Adam22, but I care about human beings. So from a human being's perspective, I hope he figures it out and his life's okay. Unless that 15-year-old comment wasn't a joke, in which case I hope that everything crashes and burns and he has to lose everything to basically be born anew and get some help and then come back from it stronger than before.